welcome to day number 2 of our Body, Mind, Spirit Challenge. Thanks for being a great group so far, especially in day 1. And the great thing is to see, and especially when I saw people posting a little bit about the spiritual practice and the idea that sometimes shutting down our brains is really a difficult thing in order to focus and to really center in on what God's got in store for us. So I think it's a key practice. So when you do these practices, I want to make sure that you don't just stop them, that you can kind of continue on. Today's challenge we're going to do is we're going to be in the fight. As you can see, we've got some combat action going here. So as Scripture talks about in 1 Timothy 6, it talks about fight the good fight for the true faith. And so the idea is that we are going to fight the fight today and understand that we are fighting a true enemy. There is an enemy out there, sometimes called the deceiver, sometimes called the thief, sometimes referred to as Satan, and he is out to derail us as we take positive steps towards God's plan and purpose for our lives. So just realize that we're in a fight, and so the fact is that we live a life that is opposed, and knowing that allows us to have courage even when we do face those difficulties. And so, and knowing that we've got God along with us and He's going to help us through that those times. So today we're going to focus in on fighting for our faith, and we're going to fight we got combat action going on. So that's what this is. So we're going to use, and I know I've got gloves, I'm just punching the air. It just makes me feel more fighty. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to jab. So one foot forward, this left foot. So it's jab, cross, uppercut, soft jab. I don't want that elbow locking out like this. So it's a soft jab, and you're hitting a place, and you're stopping, stop, stop. So it's not kind of mushy. Okay, so make sure we got that. Then the other one, we're going to go into just plain old snap kicks. Bam, bam. We're going to exercise one leg. You hit your left leg first, and then you're going to hit your right leg, and we'll rock and roll on this. So we've got a 2-minute workout with, remember that 30-second rest. You can do this thing up to 3 rounds, or even 4, I suppose you want. But it's intermediate is 2, advanced is 3, and ready to rock and roll in 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Jab, cross, uppercut. And what I'm doing is little mini exhales. Engaging all the more the core. Bam, bam, bam. And we're hitting a target, probably right on the chin of an opponent that is coming out to derail us. But we won't let that happen. Bam, 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 bam. Good. Right into snap kicks. This is your left side. And the idea is you're barely just touching. So on our right leg right now, it's loaded a little bit. So that knee is bent. So you're going to have a little bit of pressure in that quadricep or your thigh muscle on this side. So you get a little bonus in the legs. And what this particular exercise is doing, the snap, is burning out the hip flexor on this left leg. Really good. Guess what we need to do? Up and bam, bam. Good job, everybody. Keep it up. We're fighting a very real and present enemy. And the powers of darkness. I don't want to get all crazy spiritual on you, but there are forces in this world, and I've seen it too many times. As people get going on the right track, they start with their finances, and they're out to try to make progress. And then, bam, what happens? A bill hits. It's crazy. They didn't expect it. And then they start to go, oh, worry, and they don't trust the plan that God may be placing in their lives. Same thing with exercise. A lot of times what I'll see is people get started, and bam, they'll get sick right off the bat. Right off the bat. Seen it way too many times to think it's just coincidental. Way too many times it happens. So push through, and I'm betting even some of you are going to run into that opposition here. Very good. Stretch it out. Here we go. Cross shoulder. Good. Got 30 seconds. Across. Really, really good. We're going to do what's called pigeon stretch this time. Stretch out that hip a little bit. And we're also going to do a hip flexor stretch on the ground like this. Pushing forward, leaning in. Very good. And I'll do the front view on the other way. Here we go. Leaning it in. All right. So the idea is, I want to let you know, one last verse from James. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. So if you're able to engage that verse and know that you have the power of God living, breathing, working for you and for your good, and understand that you don't need to fear. You don't need to be afraid. You don't need to be concerned that the powers of darkness are going to somehow overcome you, and like those kind of watching those horror movies or whatever. So you are more than a conqueror, and that's what Scripture tells us, and we are able to overcome any obstacle that comes in our way. So I want to breathe that life into you today with the certainty and knowing that God is for you and He is with you, and we are with you together. So guys, let's do this together, all right? Let's go.